Welcome. I'm Marley. We're doing the Gort today, which is the Gray Oral Reading Test, 5th edition. Courtney as my clinician and Mallory as the client. Okay. Now this is a reading test. In order to find which story you start with, you look at the grade and you line up that way, and you keep working your way up until the fluency score, which I'll touch on in a minute, is below 2 for 2 consecutive stories. So, if they were starting with story 1, they would read this story. The clinician would record how long it took them and how many deviations from print they had. It tells you how many times they're allowed to help with words at the top. So for this story, it'd be 3 times. And then afterwards, the clinician will ask these comprehension questions, and it gives you examples of correct responses, and then she'll record how well they comprehended what they read. And then at the bottom here, you get a fluency score by adding the rate score, how long it took them to read it, plus the accuracy score, which is how many deviations from print. It gives you a little table on how to find those there, and then that's your fluency score. I'll have them give you an example.
Okay, so we're starting with,
You can start with one. Sure.
Okay.
So you'll start reading.
Okay.
This story.
I'll have you read the story.
Okay, thank you. See, Father. Father is here. We want to play. Can you play, Mother? We can play here.
Where do you think here is in the story?
Maybe a house.
Who's talking in this story?
I am. Or the kid. What the heck kind of question is that?
With whom did the child ask to play?
The mom.
Who has just come home?
The dad.
What does the story say Father wanted to do?
The father wanted to play.
And then it'll give me a list of correct responses, and I mark it here. And that gives me my score.
So the basals and ceilings for this are determined by the fluency scores. So the basal occurs when the student's fluency is 9 or 10 for 2 consecutive stories. And then the ceiling occurs when the student receives a fluency score of 2 or less in 2 consecutive stories. So on the front, you can record the different scores here for the rate, accuracy, fluency, and comprehension. And then throughout the story, you can record which lines they deviated from the text on, and you can record what they said instead, as well as a summary of other reading behaviors and their prosody. Then, once you're all done with that, you can take your scores and get a percentile rank and scaled scores in the back here, as well as age equivalents, to get you a better idea of where the student is at with their reading.